Anthony Harwig here with YSN's debut of a champion softball player profile. I'm joined by senior Sophie Howell. Sophie, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here today.
Yeah, thank you.
So, we all got the news yesterday. I don't think anyone really wanted to hear it, but spring sports has been officially canceled. What was kind of your reaction and your emotions of that news?
I mean, it was definitely very upsetting. I was really looking forward to this year and trying to get the fourth ring and try to set some records and just making memories with all the girls,
You talk about going for that four-peat, something that not a lot of people get to experience. What's the emotional roller coaster like when you're going for something like that?
I mean, being able to go to a state championship game is obviously very exciting and something that a lot of people aren't able to achieve or get there. So trying to get the fourth ring would have meant so much because I'm pretty sure it would have broke a state record for our school, with the amount of wins we would have had. And it's just not very common. Very few schools have been able to achieve 4 rings in a row. So, I mean, I was very excited. I know it would have been a lot of fun, but it's unfortunate.
You go back to your freshman season, you win state. What was kind of the difference between that state championship and then last year when you're going for the three-peat? What was the difference between those two?
I mean, both were obviously so exciting, so much fun, but whenever you're older, the older you get and the more you go there, I feel the more you want it because you know how it is and the feeling of being there. And I know last year for me is whenever I feel it really sunk in that we're winning all these games and how successful we've been. And I'm just felt really fortunate to be able to actually have that experience.
And champion softball, they've been successful before you got there. They've been a successful program for a long time. I'm going to ask something that I think everyone's asking. What's in the water down there at Champion to make the softball program so strong?
Honestly, I don't – for some reason, all of the girls at our school all just really go into it. A lot of schools, for example, all their girls might not travel or something or go and play outside of school, but I think majority of girls at Champion have traveled or traveling now and just getting extra reps in all the time. I just think girls really want it here and they know the reputation of it, so they try to work hard for it.
Yeah, this is my theory because you can kind of tell me how true or untrue this is, but when you come in as a freshman, you already know how good the program is, so that makes you want to uphold that so much, and you really work hard to get it.
Yeah, for me, I know especially because it pushes you even harder because every girl wants to be a part of of that team and they want to be a part of the success and having all the stories along with it. So it really pushes you.
Now, you were part of an amazing 1-2 punch with you and Alison Smith, both in the circle. What was it like pitching, knowing that you had someone like that behind your back and you didn't have the pressure of having your A game every time you went out in the circle?
It was so nice and relieving. Allison is so amazing and just not even feeling pressure. I know if I was having a bad game, she'd have my back or there was just never any doubt between us. And I just think we both just worked together really well. The rotation worked very well and we both just had each other's back no matter what.
Now, obviously, with the success, you got that target on your back. Every team in the area that you play, if they beat you guys, it's like a state championship for them. So what's it like going through a schedule like that where you know you're getting everyone's best shot and everyone's coming at you full steam because they want to beat the champs?
I mean, it definitely makes you want to work harder and it makes personally I like going out and playing all of the good competition. Coach Weaver purposely schedules Division I schools and bigger schools for us to really push ourselves and be out there. And I mean, I love it because I just like competition and I actually having to go out there and really putting a lot of work against every team that we play. And I think it's really fun.
I want to take you back to last year's tournament. Not only did you guys win a state championship, but you didn't allow a single run throughout the whole tournament. What was that like, just dominating every team that you played?
I mean, it was so much fun because I feel we've just worked so hard to get where we were and to be able to accomplish that and not give up a run the whole tournament time is huge. I feel it's to the point sometimes that our team doesn't even realize what we're doing because I mean, we obviously take it serious, but we just have so much fun with it. It just like kind of like is a result of us just enjoying each other.
Now you guys are so good in the circle with you and Allison that sometimes it gets lost how good of a lineup Champion has. Talk about what it's like to kind of help yourself out from the other side of the field and be able to hit so well too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like our lineup is so strong, especially having hitters like Allison and like we have Brooke and Emma and Cassidy. Like Cassidy literally hit 2 home runs in the state championship that scored all of our runs for us. Like that's just like amazing. And like I think Cassidy had like a home run almost I think like every game or almost every game of like our tournament time. And like having people like that, your lineup is like so relieving. And just like knowing that like your team's able to produce for you so you don't have to be perfect on the off like the defense is like really nice.
Now go through your repertoire of pitches and what you like to throw, what you like to throw in the circle, and what pitches work best for you.
For me, like I'm a rise ball pitcher, so I just try to throw rise balls. Like I throw rise balls at different corners and different levels, like lower and then higher, and then obviously like inside and outside, just depending on where the batter is.
The rise ball, your velocity is up, but then also it's the pressure because if you don't get it to rise, it's one of the easiest pitches to hit out of the ballpark. So it's kind of a mentality thing, right?
Yeah, it really is. And even like sometimes like rise balls, like if they can just stay up on it, if like they read it right, then like it's gone. So it really just I just put a lot of hope into it and hope that it works.
Well, I think being able to hit it at those 3 different levels is really important. Being able to throw it for a strike and then just out of the strike zone and then way up at their eyes. That's probably real important.
Yeah, it really is.
So what have you been doing the last couple of weeks to keep yourself ready in case the softball season did get started to back up in May?
I mean, I've been practicing something with softball pretty much every day, even if it's just like working out downstairs. I've been pitching a lot, hitting downstairs, just trying to like stay loose in case we ever did go back.
What's some advice that you were given throughout your high school career, maybe from some champion players of the past or some people that you look up to that really helped you grow throughout your softball career?
I mean, honestly, like I always remember like one of the like every year we have like a different motto for our team, and like I think like it was my freshman year is like we came, we saw, we conquered, and like just like having that mindset of like you're gonna go out there, you're gonna give like your best effort, and like hopefully you win. If you don't, then like you know like you're just gonna keep working, keep getting better, and like I just think that's like really important to understand.
Is there a specific softball player maybe on the big stage that you look up to and you try to model your game after?
Um, I know like a college player that like I think is like very good is like Rachel Garcia.
Mhm.
She plays for UCLA. But I think she's gonna skip out like this year to go on the USA team. And she's very good like at both sides of the field, like pitching and hitting. She's so dominant and like she just like keeps her composure very well and like doesn't get bothered by anything. And I just think that's like a really good player.
Yeah, when you can hit the home run that sends you to the championship series and you can pitch in the circle and
Yeah,
shut down that Washington lineup, that's
yeah,
pretty impressive from Rachel Garcia.
yeah.
So, what do you think is the biggest difference between you as a freshman and now you as a senior in your game and off the field too?
I just think like obviously I've progressed a lot and I've grown a lot as a player. I think that like I realized like it's like not to like stress yourself out a lot over it. Like the less you stress out and like the more you just actually go out there and have fun and like enjoy it, the more like successful you'll be and the more fun you'll have. And I just think like that's so important because sometimes like you can get like really wrapped up in it and like really focused on like, oh yeah, like I have to work hard, I have to do this, to do that. And like you do, but like it's important that you're enjoying it while you're doing it.
And you do have one of the most respected coaches in the area, if
Mhm.
not the most respected coaches in the area, leading you guys. Give us an inside scoop on what it's like being led by Coach Weaver and what a typical day in a practice with Carol Weaver's like.
I mean, I love Coach Weaver. She's so fun to be around. Like she's always joking around and like even like this year for like one of our first practices, she bought like these like big like plastic balls and just like literally just like had us like push each other around and like wrestle around for like fun or whatever. Like she just always tries to like make practice fun and enjoyable. She's always like trying like super hard to come up with new drills to like really push us. Like I know like she'll like come back and like say like, oh, like I heard from like a college, like I went and listened to this thing. I heard from a college coach to do this. Let's try this at practice, try to get better in this area. Like, she just really, like, actually takes her time and really tries to make the team better.
You've gone through the program. What's kind of one thing that you take away from her as you go ahead in your softball career to the next level?
I would say, again, just, like, having fun with it, I would say, and not, like, taking it too serious, because she really did, like, really push that. And, like, she really did push to, like, be your best out there and to, like, really give 100% and, like, be cheering, always be supporting each other. Like, she was really about, like, being a team. And, like, she really, like, showed me how important it is to be, like, a team and be close with every girl.
Now you are going to play at the next level. Why don't you tell YSN Nation where you decided to play and what kind of led to that decision?
I'm going to Youngstown State, and I just feel like it all just, like, kind of fit together for me. Like, it's very close to home, so I can go home whenever I want. And then one of my best friends on my travel team is also going there with me, and a couple, like, of my friends from high school. So it just, like, fit really well. I love the softball program and all the coaches.
And what was the recruiting process like for you? I'm sure you were looked at from some other schools, and it was probably you probably got a lot of attention putting up the numbers that you did. So what was the recruiting process like for you?
Well, when I used to travel on a team that's based out of Chicago called the Bandits, and on that team, it was kind of like a big, like, it was more of like a national team. So I had some bigger schools looking at me, like some Big Ten and ACC schools. But I ended up switching teams, and I heard that YSU was interested in me. So I went on a visit there, and I just, like, loved the school, and I just knew it was the right fit.
What was the moment you knew you wanted to be a Penguin? Was there something that you saw on campus or something that maybe you met one of the players that you just really connected with? Was there a moment that you knew I wanted to be a Penguin?
I just remember, like, it was probably, like, a week or so. No, I think I, like, committed, like, a month after I got the offer. Um, I just really, like, sat there and, like, actually, like, thought about, like, all the pros that come with it and, like, why I liked it so much. And, like, I just thought, like, yeah, like, that's the school I wanna go to. That's where I wanna be, and I think that's, like, the best fit for me.
And now, what kind of things are you doing to kind of prepare yourself for everything that kind of comes with playing at the next level?
Same thing, I'm just practicing, like, really hard, like, working on my speed, my movement, really just, like, working out hard, try to get ready for all of that.
One of the things that's not really talked about is you're going to lose a whole season of pitching to live at bats. So how do you kind of substitute that and make sure that you're staying ready for the next level?
Yeah, that's kinda rough, especially because I don't even know if we're gonna be able, like, to travel in the summer or anything now, obviously. But, same thing, just practicing really hard. If I'll ever get the opportunity to go and practice or, like, give do, like, some live batters, then I'll definitely, like, take up the offer and go do that.
Now I'm interested. I'm sure you've had some inter squad scrimmages in the last couple of years. What's it like trying to pitch to your lineup?
Like, my travel like, my high
No,
school team
champion.
my high school team, um, it's pretty, like, hard, honestly. I feel like they all just, like, hit me something, like, and it's just, like, whatever. Like, I pitched to them the whole season, like, from start to the end. We pitched live to them, like, at least once a week. But at the end of the day, it really gets me better. I really, like to try to figure out, like, the batters on my team. Like, I kind of have them all figured out and, like, know what to throw them and stuff like that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it makes both of us better. They get their reps and I get mine.
That's got to be an advantage on the other side too, because then they're seeing you. And they're not going to see many pitchers better than you and Allison all season. So when they're able to adjust to you guys, then that makes everyone else kind of seem pretty easy.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely want them to hit off me at practice. Like, I think, like, it really does benefit them, and it benefits me, obviously, because they're all, like, so good. So it just, like, really helps both of us, like, very good.
Give us some insight into champion softball off the field. What's the personality of the team like? Maybe who's the funniest player on your team?
Oh my god. Well, they're all, like, so funny. Like, we all just, like, are making jokes 24/7. But, like, I'm like, my best friend since, like, elementary is Abby Grace, and we're literally, like, messing around 24/7. And, like, I don't know, she just makes me laugh, like, all the time. And, like, even on the bus, like, we all kind of, like, sit in our own seats, but me and Abby just always sit together. And, like, I don't know, just, like, off the field, the team's so close. Like, we always have team sleepovers. and we'll go and set up a scavenger hunt around Champion. We'll break up into teams and like drive around and try to see whoever like found the most stuff and all this. Like, it's just so fun. Everybody's so fun.
What is your favorite off the field memory with this program?
Oh my God. Honestly, it probably would be like our team sleepovers or something like that, because I just know like every time we'd get to a house, we'd stay up till like so late, like probably like 3 a.m, just like talking and watching movies. We'd all just like get in somebody's car and like drive around, or like we'd also like go to Coach Weaver's house and like we would like fork her yard or something, and she all knew it was us. Like every time we had a team sleepover, like she would expect us to come. So it was just always fun.
Obviously, Champion Softball gets a lot of support from the community, and you've earned it with the success that you've had. What's it like having that community support behind you guys?
I mean, it's so nice, like if it wasn't for the community being there and supporting us, it wouldn't have like made anything as like great as it was. Like even just like the escorts home and like having people out there supporting you, or like going to the games. Like, it's so nice knowing that you have a whole community behind your back and like wants you to do good and like support you.
Talk about your personal support system and the people that come to cheer you on, and what it means to see them in the bleachers every time you go into the circle.
Yeah, I mean, like having my family there is obviously so important. My dad calls my pitches, so he's in the dugout like every game, telling me what to do and how to correct me and everything, which is obviously helpful. Then my mom, my sister, my brother. My sister gets so stressed out whenever I pitch, she can't even watch. Like, I'm pretty sure like she actually like walks away and like doesn't look. Like, if I give up a hit, like it just stresses her out. But like, it's so nice having them all there.
Do you have a softball past in your family, or are you kind of pioneering the softball, the Howell family into softball?
Yeah, I'm the only like softball person here. I mean, my dad played like football in college, so like sports, and my mom like played basketball in high school, so like sports was always like kind of a thing. But I'm the like softball person here.
If there was a senior that's kind of struggling with this whole situation, they're not going to go play in the next level, or they don't get the chance to relays, what kind of advice would you give to them right now as they're kind of going through this?
I mean, I would just say to like look back at all like the positives that you've gotten out of it and like all of the memories that you've made, because those are the things you're going to remember. Like, the virus at the end of the day is terrible, but you're not going to like be thinking about that. You're going to be thinking about all the fun you had playing with your teammates and your friends.
As you go on, what kind of things do you hope to see from the Champion softball program as an alumni?
I mean, I hope to see them obviously like keep being successful, and hopefully next year if they could go win the 4th ring for us would be nice. I just want them to all just be like successful and to keep like having fun doing good.
Give a shout out to some of the underclassmen that you think can really step up in the next couple of years that we should all keep our eye on.
I mean, the whole junior class I think is like great, like Cassidy, Brooke, Emma. There's great, literally like in every grade there's all these great players. I think they're all going to just step up to the plate and really like fill in the spots that we need.
What kind of things make you so proud to wear the purple and gold and represent Champion schools and go to Champion as a school district?
I mean, just like the school district's great, like the teachers, administration, everybody. It's like it's really a tight community and everybody just supports each other. And obviously like the legacy that Champion softball has around it, and like that, just like trying to keep doing that is like what keeps me going.
Do you have a major yet for YSU? Do you know what you want to go study?
I'm going into right now. I'm signed up for first year engineering. I think I'm going to do biomedical engineering.
Wow, you're the second player I've talked to already that's going to do biomedical
Yeah,
engineering.
I know Allison's doing that.
And what you got to be good at time management if you're going to go into softball and biomedical engineering, I assume, right?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot of work, but it'll be worth it.
Talk about the classes you're taking now at Champion and how it's kind of changed because you're doing everything online. How have you been handling that adjustment?
I mean, the teachers have been handling good. Like, I know I have like Zoom classes to talk to them, or like they're always just like, you can email me if you need anything. So it's definitely not the same as being in class, but it's good.
Who are some teachers at Champion that have really kind of stood out to you and helped you along your journey?
Well, right now my college writing class, I have Mrs. Rubik, and like she's very like helpful and is out there. Like, I can set up a Zoom call whenever I need. Like, if I ever just want to talk to her, like show her all my work and have her double check it, and like, I don't know, that's very helpful to me, and I think that she's done a good job.
Now I know you've been working so hard during this quarantine, keeping yourself in shape. But what's your favorite quarantine activity inside the house?
Oh my god. Well, me and my sister play ping pong like every day, and that's like that's pretty much like what we do to keep ourselves busy.
Who's the better ping pong player?
Definitely me. I
Oh,
win like every time. Yeah.
I'm sure you got that strong backhand, right?
Oh yeah.
And thank you so much for joining us here today. It was great to kind of catch up with you. You're the champion debut on YSN, so we're happy to talk to you. And we look
Thank you.
forward to seeing you on the softball field soon at YSU.
Thank you.